Hello folks, and welcome to Erannorth Reborn. We are in the town of Erannorth. In the last episode we stopped here, just after we arrived. And we have a few challenges, we have farthings to spend, and we have decks to build. So let's get started. The stores are closed, so I will be just heading to my private chambers and rest. This is an excellent investment, because otherwise you'd had to loiter in the town to pass the time. This is our character. We don't have any perk points to spend, and at this point I got most of the skills I want to have. Getting some more rank in research wouldn't hurt, especially after we run out of perks to pick. So for now I will keep them and see what I will do. Heading to the town of Erannorth. Enter. We'll be trading the wood we've been gathering. It's an import here, so let's sell it. That's it. That's all our wood. I thought we have more. We have 4. This is also an import. It escaped us since the beginning of the game. And since there are many imports, we can't find our wood easily. But we have alchemical supplies to sell as well if we want it. I don't. I will just go to my consumables and purchase eruditions if I can find any. If I can carry any, to be more precise. Now, if you have money to spend, these figurines might save your life at a tough spot. They are quite worthwhile to have. Fox figurine. Elk figurine. Yeah, I think I will go with these 2 figurines. Or let's search a bit more. Vriska's wand. Vriska's wand is quite interesting. Draw 2, drain 10. We can draw 1 more because we have the Morrigan's hair perk. And that's why our drawing is improved. The wand of acid bolts is also excellent, especially now that we have a chaos +2, meaning we can affect 2 more enemies. Poison is our specialty, so this wand is pretty devastating. Okay, I think we have enough shopping to get us through. Now what I want to do is, first of all, we've been playing all this time with our base deck, which is the deck we have for the situations where affinities are against us and so on. We still haven't worked on our primary deck, so this is stored. I will just make sure that it's stored by typing base here. If it wasn't, now update it, and I will empty it, and we'll be going to build my deck from scratch. So what I want to have in the majority are cards that control enemies, so that leaves us mostly with blackmails. Okay. Target undead, inevitable freeze, weaken and control undead. That can control 2 undead and or freeze them for 9. Okay, so blackmail. Yes, okay, control. I want supplies. So Raven Force, and we'll see about Thras. We want weaken. No, we want weaken. So 3 shakedowns. Earthquake is interesting. Hangover. Hangover, I guess. We want hugs. Ally is hug. We want bleeding and festering. Bleed. Blisters. Let's have 2 blisters. And festering. Rotting flesh. Let's get to summon floods. Okay, we want some inevitable effects, so let's type inevitable here. Like Rising Fear. Now I have already several cards in my deck that can only target non-boss characters, which might be problematic, but we'll see. Let's get one by the time. Okay, so I will now check what I don't have in deck. 0 copies. Maybe we can find something interesting to add, like a irrefutable offer, like grisly demise, like painful death, the 2 corrupted kinds, our snail extract, of course. Racket, research notes, the wand, equivalent exchange, 2 tastes of less, turn into a beast. Now keep in mind that we have some cards that are consumables in our deck, so we need to account for them, and we will. Sahar, of course, Fettered. 4 hacks form. No, I think I had eruditions as well. No, we just have the research notes, okay. Okay, so how many consumables do I have in my deck? Let's find out. I can type here backpack. So only backpack and so deck. We have 3 consumables in deck, meaning that we can go up to 47 if we want to be like min-maxing. So we can remove these cards that target only non-boss. We can reduce them, not remove them, because they are quite precious. So let's drop them by 1 copy, so that we have options. And we are basically 1 card above our limit, considering that we have this consumable scene. So let's save our deck. We'll save it once we get here. Explore. I will name it Experiment. Lacking a better name. So let's start by recruiting a few of these guys. Weaken. Control. Synergy grid. Let's drop it here. Inevitable, vulnerable, attack. Now you will notice that the 6th sense has been formatted slightly different. I think it's a bit clearer to see. Enemy will use flank, attack, will harm an ally or themselves. This one will attack. Now he will die from the negative status effect, which is vulnerable. We have a perk that makes them lose life as long as they are vulnerable. He will use shield. Thrash brings 3 supplies. So let's get the research notes. Now the other got dumped in my discard pile. If this was eruditions, we'd have a problem, because our eruditions, once discarded, they would be destroyed. So we should stick to, once I add the 3 eruditions to my draw pile, I should stick to supplies 1. So something to remember. This, he will die. We can play the hacks. We can reveal ourselves. Can also use this. Blackmail. 2. So he will survive. Let's add the sloth here. 35. Raven's form will bring supplies 3 if we play it. So I don't want that. I won't have any benefit if I discard it. I'm not in Raven's form. So she will die too. That ignores synergies, has festering, so let's start by bleeding the first 2. Move him in the front. Can attack. Unfettered, synergy flood, bleed. Okay. Lillian or so, perfect. We can just control here. Blackmail. He will die. Gargoyle figurine. Elixir of Wisdom. Let's use Unfettered. Night Hug. Play the card. Blackmail. So he's here. And that's it. Not much of a challenge for our power level, but we get to enjoy several perk points and some wealth for that. Now I believe the count will be a bit more challenging, at least his allies will be. So let's go and give him a go. Let's say they are true form, so they know who they are messing with. Zephyr's Handmaiden is immune to bleed, but she got weakened, so we can control her any moment. Power, cripple. Now we are at full capacity, unfortunately, and I don't want necessarily to lose someone. So. Okay, so this is a very important perk that we will get. It's in the Ruthless tree. Where is it? I can't find it. Anyway, I will type here weekend. And it's the Exploit Weakness perk. Conditional weaken effects require less counter to triggers. One less counter to trigger. So, effect, weaken effect, synergy damage. We can also keep pursuing the occult after that. Ars Notoria. Librorum Prohibitorum. Okay. Okay, so what did we achieve now? We achieved this. The weakened condition is no longer here, so blackmail will just hit and control the enemy or bleed and cripple them if we can't control them, making them a super powerful card for our build. Count von Crowitz. So yes, we can't control this guy, but now we can, because we needed a 27 of power. So we now have 3 bosses fighting with us. How awesome is that? And how broken. Okay. That's the hack for you. But that doesn't mean we don't have anything to worry about. Guys like him can kill us with 2 shots. This card can bring us a new hag into play, so let's use the Rite of Fertility. And we got a Beldam. Okay, he can be weakened. Okay, so Join controls an enemy with power 30 and destroys an enemy with hit points less than 26. 30, 26. So if we get Join, he will join us, right? But then one of our allies will be sacrificed, this one. Meanwhile, he's entangled, so he might skip his turn. Let's see that. Yes, they both stayed entangled. Mr. Hyde. So only our close can weaken him, and now we can blackmail him and control him. I think that character is so broken. Okay. Melithea, Van Helsing, Meridan, Samuel. Let's get Van Helsing to our stars and return to the world map. So let's go to Deimos Chasm and see if we are broken enough to defeat Abaddon. We'll travel to Barrow's Bay. Enter. I will rest in my chambers. Private chambers, rest. Have a nice breakfast. And we can get subtle. Or we can wait and get opportunist. Schemer needs subtle. We can go subtle schemer and then get the mastermind. Okay, we'll also want to visit the town and stock up on provisions. Consumable trinkets, actions. Appearance of beauty. Target hug ally heals 9 hit points. Her morale becomes grace, gains lifespan and irresistible charm, which controls an enemy 25 for us. We have a plus 14 I think or something in the control enemy. Turim. Nice. Let's buy a Turim. Actions. Collateral damage. Unsummon ally. We expend 4 loyalty and we give Synergy Explode to our next card. If we have loyalty, we deal 11 to 23 bludgeoning damage to 5 enemies. That's pretty nice. We have a plus 2 in this effect. Epistula. Control enemy 23. Fresh recruits. Seal. Change morale to draw 2. We have a plus 1 here. And Venom 6. Gain Knight of the Hags. They get power 3, max 6, lifespan 3. Knight of the Hags is a knight card that has Coven and Synergy Multicast and Replicate if we have lots of Hags. So let's grab a seal. We'll be adding seal to our deck. Consumable stringent actions. Acid orbs. Dissimula Compitalis. If we have Occult 8, we get Synergy Multicast. That's also nice. Hagridden. Target non-boss enemy weaken, control 29, delayed stun if we fail to control them, and discard is a weaken. But at this point we also have run out of mana, so what I'm looking at here. B. Seal. Deck. Occult. Arts. Occult. Turim. We can drop one Beldam. And 4 Hugs. And let's go to... I don't think we can travel to Deimos Chasm from here. We can do that from Barrow's Bay, so Barrow's Bay and nothing rough. We have Mr. Hyde with us, we have Count von Crowitz, which are in fact the same person, but don't tell anyone. And we have our claws. Vulnerable, festering, let's give him our claws. We got a decaying gown. I will lock Mr. Hyde just in case, and von Crowitz as long as we can keep him. So this one is done. And I will keep Painful Death. We'll discard these. We still haven't drawn any eruditions, but they are in our draw pile. I don't want to fetch them with supplies, so we won't lose any of them by accident. And let's just go for Lillian. 37. Thrash has the same issue at the moment for us. We can add a delayed doom to summon. This one. Burn. So she will use a benefactor flank. Let's put her in the back. This effect that we have on her, the painful death, will change her choice of ability because it will reduce her life. So as long as the enemy status changes, their decision can also change. That's something to keep in mind. Discard that. Let's use Corrupted Cairn. No, I don't need that. He's not a hug. Okay, so dead. Let's see what they will do. So they hit here, and now she will still use her benefactor flank. But if she had dropped at 39, then she would be using her healing. So right now she's going to use her concealment. That's her plan. Destroy enemy with 18 hit points. Add one feral beast to draw pile. 1, 2. Synergy multicast to blackmail. We can attempt to control him. If we get control, we control him. Otherwise, Dai would have fizzled. That wouldn't be able to control him. Here is an erudition. And we can use it where? The loyalty and the control enemy effect won't increase by leveling this card. It's 27 because we have an insane amount of control archetype, which is a plus 13. That's why we can use blackmail so freely. So let's turn him into beast. We can now control this one. Control that in hand. We have another erudition. Let's play the Infernal Demon. He's pretty tough. We got some burning. We'll get burning when he leaves play too. And also this happens when he attacks. No, he killed him. He doesn't have much hit points. Okay, we have some hex ward to mitigate that. We can now use Raven's form. There is one more erudition in our draw pile. And we can play one for Racket. Maybe, no. Let's use Racket here. Can use it for Thrash. Multicast. We can use it on our Hag's Close. And I'll pass. We can use it on our Feral Beast. We refreshed. So this is interesting. This is also interesting. Let's add you to our stars. Okay, so let's head to Deimos Chasm and see what we can achieve there.
This is terrible.
Vorhia's Desert is a pretty tough place to adventure. He also has concealment. Let's use Unfettered. Multicast. 4. 44. Let's bring a hug. So she got a nice power synergy. So, and despite the aversion came back like this. Reactivate. Burn. So this guy will die. This guy will now die. We can keep this, you never know when we will be needing envy. Control. So here we have aversion dark, affinity poison. Vulnerable. Synergy. Venom. Kill. Flank. Dead. Okay, here at least we'll be gaining some good experience. Maybe we can go farm a bit in Vorhia's desert. Let's use blackmail. Add some pets in our collection. Bewitched enemies don't fight back, but this will break their counters. So let him first do that. Gather some wood. Not that it has any merit at this point, but... And we are in Deimos Chasm. We are denied entry, of course, but we'll see about that. Let's go and try to defeat Aminarath and Hialarith. Worst case scenario, we will die. And we are level 14. Let's put the infernal spawned up front. We can now use that. It will bring us our research notes, which we will use to add 3 eruditions more to our draw pile. Hexward, defend, teamwork, envy, loyalty. No. Yes. No. We can't use that because at this point we don't want to discard any eruditions by accident. Turn into beast. Destroy 18.
Level up.
We got a level. Turn into beast. Let's use painful death here. Resist physical, resist poison, resist plasionic. Let's reveal self. Multicast that. This is immune to bewitch. Five. Decide to join us. Wise choice. We can kill him. Speak a card. Infernal Dragon. Always wanted a pet dragon. Not sure about you. Minara and Hialaritha. Okay, that's game over for them. Blackmail. We don't have another blackmail. Deimos Reactivate. Blackmail. Okay, so I will lock Hialarith and I will lock the dragon and Aminaras just in case. Inevitable vulnerable. Hagalize power 6, non-Hagalize -6. Non-Hagalize hit points. I will draw one of these. Okay. And we'll be getting, let's get Mirok. He has Mirok's scheme, synergy chaotic damage, or Idor. Let's get Idor. Okay, so we are in Deimos Chasm, and the question now is if we are too arrogant to try defeat Abaddon or not. We'll see. We'll see in the next episode. In any case, I hope you are enjoying this run so far. I will be seeing you soon. Have a good night. Bye bye.